Hi, this is Cheryl Gallant, your federal member of parliament for the sunny but crisp riding of Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke. This is a Canada Emergency Response Benefit Alert. My office recently learned that a tax preparation company in the Toronto area has decided to financially profit off the COVID pandemic crisis by offering to fill out the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, also known as CERB, the application forms that are intended for people who've been thrown out of work as a consequence of the COVID crisis. Why, for only 8% of the intended benefit, they'll fill out your application online. And usually it's about 33%, so if you have to qualify 4 times, they have to fill it out 4 times for you, that's a total of $640 if you qualify for the full $8,000 CERB benefit. Now, the whole process of applying online or even by phone takes just a minute. It requires you to log into your My Service Canada account, then you input your social insurance number, you select the period to qualify for, and this is up to 4 weeks. You can even do it all at the same time, and then click to confirm that you qualify. That's it. For applying over the phone, you just call the Canada Emergency Response Benefit telephone number. You enter your social insurance number details, you confirm your date of birth, enter the period you're applying for, confirm that the information is correct, and that's it. And let's not forget that the Canada Emergency Response Benefit is taxable. So if CRA at about this time next year finds out that you didn't qualify for CERB after all, and if you had hired the company to fill out the forms for you, the next year you have to pay it all back. That's up to a whole $8,000. So if you had somebody click the 4 times for your full $8,000 benefits, that whole $640 that you had to pay was for nothing. And the program promoter, though, he makes it out to be a bargain because usually they charge 33% for completing a Revenue Canada form. Now, while I'm really disappointed in this, it doesn't really surprise me that there are individuals looking to profiteer on the backs of others. Given this government's poor track record of preventing vulnerable persons from being taken advantage of, it was really only a matter of time. There's a mini industry of disability tax credit consultants, and they've been collecting fees in the millions for years. I put those people on notice years ago when I found out how much they were charging Canadians who live with disabilities to fill out an application form for the disability tax credit. Just a second. Those people even targeted soldiers who were suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Back then, in 2014, Parliament unanimously passed my private member's bill, C-462, and it was called the Disability Tax Credit Promoters Restriction Act. And even with all party support, including the Prime Minister, he still has not enacted regulations to bring the legislation into force. The purpose of the Disability Tax Credit Promoters Restriction Act I put forward was to limit the fees that can be accepted or charged directly or indirectly by a promoter who makes a disability tax credit request under the income tax on the behalf of a claimant. Now, the latest I heard, and this was after 6 years of excuses, it was supposed to be enforced by this spring. Well, we're into May, and still that 6-year-old law has not been enforced. Well, at least Ontario Premier Ford is showing leadership. He's put hefty fines into place for price gougers. Over 500 businesses have received warnings, including about 200 investigations underway that they've been referred to law enforcement, and that's against coronavirus price gouging. So it's time the federal government showed some leadership on behalf of unemployed Canadians who are being taken undue advantage of. But so it's no wonder the Prime Minister does not want to bring Parliament back. He does not want to be held accountable at all for what he is or isn't doing. And Prime Minister, where are the regulations to protect Canadians living with disabilities? They've seen their intended benefit gouged for years. Or, like veterans, are they just asking for more than the government has to give? If you need help, call me. As your Member of Parliament in Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke, I'm here to serve you. You can call me at 613-732-4404 or email me at cheryl.gallant@parle.gc.ca. And I'll bring you more on programs and any updates as they become available. So this is Cheryl Gallant, wishing you a good night.